It's been a long, long, hard road. Studying is never easy. But they have accomplished what they set out to do, and that is to graduate. I feel for them, and I know the pride that they feel within themselves. One always hopes that having gone through those long, arduous times of study, that what they have accomplished, they will try and pass on to others to come. We can see them just slowly walking in to take their seats. Some look anxious, but it's a sort of anxiousness that shows pride. How happy they are that this section of their study is over. Now they go on to other things. Those who are now with their masters will go on probably to do their doctorate. And I think that this is what academia is about. The open campus of the University of the West Indies have, especially for the smaller territories, this has been a culmination of years of putting things together to bring as many of the territories into education, higher education that is. And we could see that this has been accomplished. Now it's for the university, the open campus of the University of the West Indies, to go on to bigger things. And I'm sure they will, because there's the capacity to do so. We have students today who are graduates today who are coming from Grenada, St. Kitts, Dominica, even Trinidad. We have also our own, the St. Lucian students. So you can see that they are from St. Vincent also. So there's nearly a lot of the islands are here today, or students from a lot of the islands are here today to graduate. And for me, this is a tremendous occasion. It is one that highlights the feeling that education is within our grasp. It's not that far away now, and the open campus has made that possible for students. And for me, and for many others, it is an important part of our educational history. We have moved the stage from the few to now the many, who will now get a degree and get their masters, their doctorate. And this is what it's all about, and this is what helps in the development of the Caribbean. One hopes that the students themselves will pass that on to what they have acquired, the knowledge that they have acquired, because Solomon always says that knowledge is wisdom, and consequently wisdom should be shared. It should not be held by anyone. We should, in all humility, pass it on to others to come. The graduates are still slowly trekking into the auditorium to take their seats before the ceremony starts in earnest. And that is when the Governor General will arrive to take her seat. They stand there with pride in their faces. They feel happy that that segment of their educational career has now come to an end. One once again. Good morning, wherever you are in the Caribbean, especially those in the open campus territories. I am Dennis Springer. I am a lecturer at the Open Campus, a research fellow, and today is the big day for many students. It's a special day, not just a big day, a special day when they have now got to the stage where all what they've worked for academically is now coming to fruition, whether it be a degree, a master's. They are now waiting for the ceremony to begin. The graduates have taken their seats, and now we are waiting for the Governor General to come for the ceremony to begin. For me, looking at the graduates today, it tells you that they are proud of what they have achieved, whether it be degree, master's, or doctorate. We can see them standing, waiting for the Governor General to arrive. There will be an announcement made, and when the Governor General gets in, we will hear the St. Lucia National Anthem. It is such a special occasion, especially if you're in academia. The satisfaction for many of the lecturers to see that the hard work that they've put in with the students and the students' hard work themselves have now come to fruition, and they have accomplished in essence what they set out to do. What I say to the graduates today, something that I remember, that now you've been given the knowledge by the Open Campus. Go out and share that knowledge with others. You've been very fortunate, so help others. Wisdom, as Solomon said, is an important thing. You are now far richer than you were, not in terms of economic gain, but in terms of knowledge. And knowledge is something that needs to be shared. I feel proud for the graduates, and they feel proud for themselves too.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the Governors General and remain standing until after the national anthem of St. Lucia is played and the Governor General of St. Lucia takes her seat. His Excellency Sir Rodney Williams, Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda.
The Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda now walks in ahead of the Governor General of St. Lucia. Well, what I could see now is the Governor General of St. Lucia.
Her Excellency
Dame
Paulette Louise, Governor General of St. Lucia.
Governor General Dame Paulette Louise is now walking in. She has a smile on her face. The national anthem is being played now. Everyone in their robes. We see now the red robes, black robes, blue robes. Very important. It signifies their place within academia.
Her Excellency, the Paulette Louise, Governor General of St. Lucia, Their Excellency Sir Rodney Williams, Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda, and Lady Williams, His Excellency Sir Edmund Lawrence, Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, Acting Prime Minister of St. Lucia, members of the university and open campus councils, Vice Chancellor Professor E. Nigel Harris and Dr. Yvette Williams Harris, principals, pro-vice chancellors, and other members of the platform party who accompanied me, former pro-vice chancellor and principal of the open campus, Professor Hazel Simmons MacDonald, and deputy principal, Professor Vivian Roberts, a representative of the Canadian High Commission in Barbados, members of staff of the University of the West Indies, our honorary graduates, you, the graduating class of 2014, family and friends of the graduating class, ladies and gentlemen, a warm good morning to you. Good morning. First, let me welcome you to this graduating ceremony for the Open Campus, which is being held for the second time in St. Lucia. And the presence of such a large and distinguished gathering is an indication of the interest you have in the University of the West Indies in general, and this Open Campus in particular. The early days of any institution are always opportunities for cautious celebration. We have seen the Open Campus surviving the early problems of infancy and now growing to fulfill its purpose of making quality university education open to those who would wish to reach their full potential. Of course, it is always good to be in St. Lucia because, as our Derek Walcott writes in what I consider his finest book, White Egrets, he writes, "This small place produces nothing but beauty. The wind-warped trees, the breakers on the Dennery cliffs, and the wild light that loosens a galloping mare on the plains of Beaufort make us merely receiving vessels of each day's grace. Light simplifies us, whatever our race or our gifts." Next, I must congratulate our new principal, Professor Eudine Barreto, who is assuming her position at a critical time in the history of the Open Campus. And based on her previous work and her experience in university and Caribbean matters, I have absolutely no doubt about her ability to lead this campus and have it grow and prosper. Congratulations, Professor Barreto. Let us also congratulate Professor Julie Meeks, our new deputy principal, who brings a wealth of relevant experience to the campus. It is also fitting to record again our gratitude to Professor Hazel Simmons MacDonald, one of your own St. Lucians, who as the first principal was a key architect in laying the foundation upon which we continue to build the superstructure. And also, I include in this our retiring deputy principal, Professor Vivian Roberts. For some of you, the notion and basis of the open campus is novel, and many ask the questions, why an open campus, as if our other campuses are closed? Since its inception in 1948, the university has been concerned with adult, continuing, and professional education and distance learning in a wide range of disciplines. And our university has long abandoned any idea of closed campuses, if indeed any campus can be closed. Our first Vice Chancellor, Sir Arthur Lewis, he saw that the maintenance of a regional institution depended on geographical diversification and not on retaining single cloistered elite institutions, delightful though that was for those who lived and studied there. I have to point this out frequently to those who regard the establishment of individual campuses as in some way inimical to the concept of regionalism. I would posit that Sir Arthur saw it differently, and he believed that regionalism would be enhanced by having multiple sites over which the university flag would fly. Of course, this went along with his view of the need for massive increases in the production of trained persons. He would call them clerks, who would be responsible for the development of the Caribbean people in its widest sense. And it is possible that his conceptualization of that educational regionalism, he would have been influenced by the fact that both his parents had migrated from Antigua to St. Lucia, where he was born. Time and circumstance may have limited Sir Arthur's arithmetic to 3, but in its 60th year, the university decided to merge its former outreach departments to form the open campus. And the driving concept was that the university should be able to offer quality education to all people, within and without the Caribbean, especially to the adult population. And reference is often made to the technical opportunity and the pedagogical necessity for this move. but seldom do we speak of the political imperative that was part of the reason for this initiative. When I became chancellor in 2002 and I established a commission on governance of the university, it was made crystal clear to us and to me by more than one senior politician that the university would become increasingly irrelevant if there were not recognizable, substantial physical footprints in what were then referred to pejoratively